the OHM remote. This video will highlight how to use this remote with the Criking app. Some key features on the remote before I show you how it works. We'll start with the power button. The power button generally can turn your remote on and off. This is the back arrow, which you will use to get to and from different portions of the remote. We skip the center button, which is used in all remotes. The outside wheel, as with most remotes, operate 5 different functions at once, which means you press left for the left arrow or functions that's to the left. Same thing with right, up, and down. To execute, you will always hit the enter button on a remote. The volume, this is the volume, the plus and minus. You can turn your volume up and down. Step 2, operating your television. We will start with the power button. Different TVs function different. This is a Samsung television, which gives you a screen on the lower portion, which is unavoidable. At any rate, we're going to make our way down to the Criking app. This would be the Criking app. Using the remote control, if you press down, 1, 2, 3 times, you should see the Criking app. If I did not set up your box, I would be happy to show you how to put this app on that location. We will simply, once we see the highlighted portion of the Criking app, it's highlighted, and we know that because it is larger than the other ones. At which time we will hit the execute button, the enter button, which is the black portion internally of the circle. We're now in the Criking app, which gives us options. Option 1 would be movies. Option 2, which I'm not sure why, would be TV shows. Option 3 is TV channels. Radio, just different radio stations. If you want to break it down to documentaries or music or settings, which at this time we will not discuss. Those are your options. Now, to watch movies, we would simply do the execute button because movies, as you can see, is not highlighted in the teal color. The one that's in blue, blue on blue, is where you're located. If I wanted to move left or right, I can move left to right. As you can see now, I'm on TV show. I move left. I'm on TV show, sorry. TV channels, which is the most common one you're probably going to use. Radio. So this is just some quick navigation trips. Movies are fairly simple. Once you get into movies, we're not going to spend a lot of time on movies in this video. Well, I guess that depends on how long it takes to open up. However, when you get to the video, you have different options. What you recently viewed, movies that's just added, premium, Oscar, 225. There's a few other categories. You can break that down. And again, how do we operate that? We operate that from the wheel, going down. Which category we want, sorry. Or we're on the movies themselves, very good. We're on the movies themselves. If you go up or down and you see the movie moving, that means you're not sure what category you're in. So if you simply go to the left or right, you should be able to choose your category. Okay? Should be able to choose your category. Let's go to the more pressing thing. 90% of the time, you would use TV channels. TV channels. This box is set up with television stations from multiple locations. And when I say multiple location, I truly mean multiple locations of multiple countries and different languages. As we currently stand, you can see that all movies are saying U.S. That's a pretty broad category. Again, the key is to follow your highlighted item, which now is here. That hamburger menu, 3-tiered hamburger menu, 1, 2, 3 lines, okay? If you hit enter on that, it gives you a breakdown on category. You can do all. Even though I'm on all, I chose the U.S. So you have many different categories. You can do U.S. favorites. It's pretty good to create a favorite list so you know your TV watching habits. Once you create a favorite list, you can you can just go to favorites, and the shows that you know that you're going to watch 80-90% of the times will be at that location. If you have friends from different countries, you can invite them over, regardless of who they are. Whether they're Haitian, Jamaican, Greek, Honduras, India. So whatever you want to do, Israel. So wherever your friends come from, Japan, okay, Mexico, Nicaragua, plenty of countries. And you should see mine is usually checked. If I'm going to use country, it's going to be U.S. And that's because mine is set up for, okay, got to start over. So I'm going to go down to my favorites. This is my channel lineup. Yours may be different. And honestly, for me and my wife, this may be too many, but it's our list. You can make your list as long or as short as you want it. And from that point, if you see your highlighted bar here, as you can see, mine's now is on the History channel. So that's where I'm at. I'm on the History channel. If I want to go to the History channel, because I'm currently watching ESPN, but my highlight is on the History channel. If I press the center button, I go to the History channel. This is how you change channels, where you can see which channels you are changing. Okay? So it's the middle of the day. There's nothing more important than just the day's sports or upcoming sporting events. So we're going back to ESPN. That is a basic synopsis of how to operate the box. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped one more point. As you notice, we are in the menu screen. If I decide I'm here and this is what I want to watch, you can go to the box with the 4 arrows all pointing in 90 degrees. As you can see, it's highlighted. What that arrow does, it takes you to a full screen. Now, look out normal, but if you press left, let me try that again. If I press left on the remote, it turns my channels up. If I press right on the remote, it turns my channels down. Pretty much that's it. Okay, I'm watching this. I'm no longer want to watch this. I want to watch something else. How do I get back to my main screen? Well, at that point, you can hit the arrow button. Not the home button, the arrow button. Okay? It's the arrow that's pointing to the left. If you press that button, it will take you back to your channels. However, if you look, the last thing we hit was the 4 arrows. So in order to change the channels, we need to move this back over. And depending on where you're at, it'll tell you where it's at. As you can see, currently I'm on the NBA network. Let's see. Let's just get a local station. And let's talk a little bit about the local station. When I'm setting up the favorites, and the reason I do it this way is I don't want to watch Chicago or California local news. I want to make sure I'm in the Miami region. Okay, not even Orlando. So let's just go to ABC. As you can see. Now you see ABC highlighted. And there we go. And now, in order to watch, I will go back up. I know it may seem like a lot, but it's really a matter of routine. So thank you for your time. I hope this video was helpful. Please give me your feedback. Thank you.